By assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. We'll repeat that. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally of Texas have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas.
Good day from Dallas, Texas. That voice you just heard from the first NBC News bulletin to air that day 50 years ago, the voice of Don Pardo, who was interrupting daytime programming to come on the air with the news from here, Dealey Plaza, Dallas, Texas, largely untouched in the half century since that day. We must add a perfect... On our broadcast tonight from Dallas, Texas, remembering 50 years ago today, one of the darkest days in American history.
From NBC News, President Kennedy and Governor John Connally of Texas have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. We'll repeat that. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally of Texas have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy, 50 years later. This is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, reporting tonight from Dallas.
And good evening from Dallas, Texas. We're in Dealey Plaza, just across from the 6th floor window in the Texas School Book Depository building, where 3 shots were fired 50 years ago today that changed the course of American history. And here in the shadow of that very building, it was a perfectly awful day. 35 degrees, rain and wind, perfectly matching how dark it felt to be here today. And going back 50 years ago tonight, by this time of night, right now, Air Force One had just landed back in Washington, D.C., carrying the president's casket, his widow Jacqueline Kennedy, and the new president, Lyndon Johnson. Most Americans were home for the day, schools and offices let out early, and millions by this time were huddled around their television sets where they would remain transfixed, watching the coverage on and off for the next 4 days. Here now is how David Brinkley started off this broadcast on this very night 50 years ago.
Good evening. The essential facts are these. President Kennedy was murdered in Dallas, Texas. He was shot by a sniper hiding in a building near his parade route. He was dead within an hour. Lyndon Johnson is President of the United States.
NBC News from November 22nd, 1963, just over 6 hours after the shots were fired from the building here behind us, meaning this place and this city and our country would never be the same.